Welcome to the very last tutorial of 31 Days of Halloween. I can't believe I actually made it here. For my very last thing, I had to do a blacklight look and I wanted to incorporate everything Halloween. So I've got a spooky tree and a haunted house, some trick-or-treaters, a graveyard, some ghosts, spooky moon, a witch, some bats, more trees, and another spooky house. And the eyes are all candy corn, and I got a little spider web and a spider dangling down. So if you want to see how to create this look, keep watching and enjoy. Oh, and a black cat. Last tutorial, let's do this. I'm sketching out my mouth with a black eyeliner pen. I'm keeping the liner light, so if I screw up or I want to change anything, I can easily remove it. With the blacklight orange, I began adding this to the mouth. Apply this as evenly as possible. Also, it might look even in daylight, but when you bring it under blacklight, you'll see patches that aren't as thick. The thicker the paint, the brighter it'll glow. Always check back and forth between daylight and blacklight. Once the orange is dry, I took a darker orange eyeshadow and began shading the edges. Just watch how it affects the blacklight. I did some in daylight and some in blacklight to make sure it was still looking good in both lights. I then went over the outside with the black and dragged the shadow down onto the chin. For above the mouth, I dragged the shadows upwards. It's time to draw that big moon. I'm using a regular white right now to cover up the orange, and I'm using a small craft brush to sketch out the shape. I'll be adding the UV white on top of it later. I added a good couple layers to get that white pure white, though it did start to change a bit orangey when I put the UV white on. But that's okay, harvest moons are orange. With a grey eyeshadow and BH Cosmetics 3rd Generation palette, I started shading the moon. With Mayron's black, I started painting the house. This is just a basic 1-bedroom style house, nothing fancy here. It's pretty much exactly the same size as my house. If you're recreating this, you can totally make fancier houses if you'd like. Beside the house, I'm creating a spooky tree using the same black. I started with the base, and as I got bigger, I started adding the twisted branches. Seeing things on the side of your face is not the easiest thing in the world, so take your time. At the bottom, coming off from the house, I painted a road, or ground, something flat the kids can walk on. With a mix of orange and yellow UV paints, I added a window at the top of the house. I made sure to build up the color so there was no black showing through. Below that, I added 2 lines to make it look like the door was open. Then a window in the door, as well as 2 other windows on either side. I gave the spooky tree 2 spooky eyes. Does the tree have eyes, or is it an animal in the tree? Who knows? At the bottom where the road was added, I began adding little trick-or-treaters. I'm using an eyeliner pen for this. Props to me for not having a crappy angle and cutting this off. There's a witch, a zombie, and a devil that I'm putting here. I thought the house needed some Halloween decoration, so I gave it a little pumpkin and added a face. On the other side, I'm putting some tombstones and crosses. The kids are totally headed into the graveyard, but they don't care. There's candy on the other side. With the white, I'm creating cute little ghosts above the graveyard. Oh, I forgot the world's tiniest hand in the graveyard. Seriously, look at that thing. I can't even draw hands regular size. I continued the road onto the other side and made another house, then another spooky tree. This neighborhood has a mandatory spooky tree in every yard. It's time to add that UV color to the moon. I'm going to warn you now, this paint cracks like crazy, which sucks because it's the only product I've found that is white and glows. I also covered the ghosts in the UV paint as well. With an eyeliner pen, I used it for the lines on the windows. So the other house wasn't as lonely, I added windows and a door to this one as well. No ghost is complete without its cute little face. It's time to put on those classic bats. I'm using an eyeliner pen and bringing them up across my mouth, making them bigger as I went up. I made some of the wings go up and some of the wings go down. Over the moon, I began creating the witch. I always start with the hat. I don't know why, but it seems to work the best. I lost detail in the tree when I did the UV paint, so I brought them back with a black face paint. Then, all over the orange, I started dotting UV yellow stars with a small craft brush. I also did this with white ones as well. And the mouth part is complete. With an eyeshadow catcher and Sugar Pills Taco, I added it to the inner corner of the eye. With Sugar Pills Flame Point, I used it in the center and blended it into the white. I also brought it down under my eye as well. I also brought that white onto the brow as well to help with blending as well as a highlight. Yep, so pale that that's my highlight. And finally, I used Sugar Pills Butter Cupcake on the outer part of the eye. With a black eyeliner pen, I line my eyes and wing them out and do a massive wing. I connected the liner down at the bottom as well. Gotta add some spider webs to make this really Halloween, so I took the liner and added 2 more lines and then connected it with little curved lines. Why would there be a spider web if there wasn't a spider? So I drew a line straight down from the middle and then created a little ball and 8 little legs. Yep, gotta add glitter to this look as well. I'm starting with Lit Cosmetics Abbott and their glitter glue. Beside that, I added Carrot Head to the center and blended it into the white. Then for the gold on the outer corner, I used Lit Cosmetics Vegas. It's time to add mascara. Then I used NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk to line my waterline. To top it off, I added false lashes. Nothing finishes off this look without cute little bats that I got from the dollar store. And that's it! You're done! All 31 tutorials are done! Yeah!